gentlemen in the mix.
What's the lady saying in the song, man? She's saying something, I don't know. Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. You know, some stuff happened today. It was really last night. It all started with an Elon tweet. And then Doge mooned. But then it pulled back. But then it's like holding up. So, but then there's bearish divergence. So we'll look at it. But just start with Bitcoin because we do that every day because you're obsessed. I understand. You are obsessed. But like, yeah, right? I mean, just consolidation structure developing. You know, there was bearish divergence on the oscillators. We know that. But the follow through was just a slightly, a much higher low, I guess, than the previous low. And now what's happening? I mean, from that low to the higher low, the lower low, right? You're now hidden bullish divergence argument off the bearish divergence. Also cool stuff is that minor level we had been discussing the past like 4 or 5 days. You know, you'd broken it, you'd failed. You're trying to get back out of that. You're right at it, man. Very critical, somewhat critical area, I guess, right? It's just like the August 30th high, September 27th, October 4th and 5th. And now you're just right there slightly above it, which is cool. I think that's a good thing. And it just, I mean, I understand that we could collapse, man. We're screwed. We're going to 14K. But the great news is it can't happen without us breaking below the cutoff area, right? So it can't happen. Bitcoin can't go to 14K unless it breaks below the level that we know is of utmost importance. And really now you're starting to deal with like 18,650. That's also very important. Like, so as long as you stay above these levels, all's well. I mean, like, you know, there could be a lot more upside. Just think about it. Like, if you flipped the chart over, just to have some fun here, right? I mean, it's like just a nasty, I mean, amazing uptrend for so long. And then you stall out with the wave structure and you just, for 2 months, really, you're stuck here at this 886. But something that's, you know, at least worth looking at, I don't really think I've touched base on too much, was like the candle high closes on the 4 hour, you know, like September, mid-September, late September, you were getting candle high closes. Sorry, dude. Candle low closes 18.5, right? But then candle low close October 13th, 18.7. Candle low close 18.950. So traders began to settle up higher than before. So it's almost just like, you know, maybe accumulation, at least where the candle closes are, and then you jumped across the creek. The buying pressure that came in on the breakout, it's still there, right? A lot of the people that bought still own this asset. And what we know about the above 19,891, it's been this way. It's a straight line up, and then it's a straight line down, and then 25K. So doesn't mean it's going to happen the same way, but this just reminds me of March of 2019 a little bit. Not like all the way, but man, there was this time I remember going to like Venice Beach, California, hanging out. Like you had this initial run, right? This breakout. It's like the jump across the creek, right? After completing the pattern, you jumped across the creek, and then you just went, dude, you were just like stuck for like, right? I mean, God, we're talking like 48 days of just, it's higher. I mean, the price is hanging in there. Much higher than the pattern completion zone of the Gartley, the legendary Gartley, right? It was so legendary. We have an NFT of it, but I mean, do you think this could be where we are? Right here? Is this something to consider? Think about it for a second. My coffee is ready. Hold on. I'm just gonna infuse this with espresso real quick, all right? One second, hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. So, you just got to think, man. You got to think. It's not as pretty. I mean, this was incredible, right? But no one knew. Like, everyone was calling for 2K Bitcoin here. Like, legit. Like, big names back in the day were calling 2K, sell your Bitcoin. But, dude, what about the harmonic that has developed? Well, full circle. Here we are again, Larry. Not the Gartley, but the shark. Long extended stay, the pattern completion zone, but a creek you jumped across is identical to what we saw in early 2019. So now it's like, if let's say it was to repeat itself, then you'd be looking at something like this, right? Something like that for a while. I mean, that's, if this was real life, okay. Before, right, it would all end with something like this, right? So I just like look at this upside down and I'm like, my God, you know what this looks like a little bit? Not all the way. It was US Oil. Remember that time US Oil did this? Remember that time US Oil topped out the exact same way after a nice run, man? But he flipped the chart over, bro. Like, right? It's like, this is actually it. Okay. 886, 85%, whatever. Just gotta pay attention to the W's, man. Now, US Oil, we're here. This is beautiful. Can anyone see this? UK Oil, US Oil, it's the Jesus. Potential inverse head and shoulders we got going on here. The Momo ship back above $87. Nice. Hard to argue with that. I mean, it's been a long extended downtrend. Or not long extended wave down. The wave is ended though. The wave has completed a 38% drawdown in 105 days. But something's happened that hasn't happened since May. What's that? A higher low. What? More market participants own US Oil than they did before now? It's been many months. Well, here you are. We're identifying it, and that's what TA is, right? Identifying potential structural developments that could help you understand maybe, just maybe, where something is probably going next, but doesn't mean it's going to happen, certainly. All right, so That's it, man. I guess let's just go to Ethereum, knock it out real quick. Ethereum, hey, man. You know, bearish divergence is no follow through, no selling pressure yet. Not yet. Maybe they're waiting until Thursday. Right? Maybe they're waiting till Thursday. But for now, the buyers are still there. The sellers have not come in yet. And that's starting to get weird now. Starting to get to a point where it's like, when do we start saying, sir, madam, RSI, hidden divergence developing a low? Then it's not even like a discernible swing low on the 4 hour like Bitcoin because it's so strong. So selling pressure, sellers are really not doing a good job, right? They're on offense because the bearish divergence started selling off a little bit. But my God, dude, it's like first down, incomplete pass. Second down, run for no gain. Third down, you ran for 2 yards. What, dude, why are you running the ball as a bear? Why are you running the ball right now? That's what, bears are saying. So I'm saying, like, right? They might have to punt soon. The sellers might have to relent because there's not enough of them, and they might realize that, and the buyers might take control again and run this thing up to 1730, which makes the most sense. I mean, if we're talking about just levels, you have 1223, you have 1420, you have 1730, and you have $2,000, 1970 to so they're ranging, they're small, slight zones, but that's the gist of it. So you have broken 1420 with no back test. I get it. Well, sometimes when you break it so resoundingly like that on high volume, literally high volume, you may go test 1730 before then reversing and testing 1420 later. So you just got to keep that in mind. The selling pressure off the divergence is not coming in yet, and you'd think it's starting to get to a point where if it doesn't come in tomorrow, it's probably not happening, man. Like, yeah, Rush and that girl. What was her name? Leah Wald or something like that. Yeah, man, that was like, oh my God. And then I was getting like harassed by like other small YouTube content creators. I'm like, dude, I don't even know who you are. Like, I mean, and they were calling for low prices. And then like, dude, I feel alone here. Like, but don't forget the Gartley, man. Ignore the Gartley. Ignore the Gartley. Get left behind. Ignore the Gartley. You just might get left behind, where Bitcoin itself is not showing the exact same structure that it was in early 2019, late 2018. But guess what is? SNX is showing the exact same structural development. That's the Gartley, the criteria, the 61% retrace on B, the lower high on C, about 50% on C, the 786 on D, the bullish divergence that, my God, it matured so well at that PCZ. Then that's the ticket, man. But then it's like, okay, that's cool enough without context. But then you start talking about context. What's context? Virtually just looking left at just the surroundings and supports, resistances. Okay, we look left, we understand. Well, right here, man, I mean, look at this inflection. You get above 250, you're going straight up to 350 multiple times, right? A lot, all the time. But then you look even further left and you understand, that's why, because that's exactly what's happened in history. That's all that happens. So you're currently above that right now on SNX. Now, tomorrow we fall below it, we're screwed, oh my God, but that's for tomorrow. Today, you have a technical like break in. You're breaking back above the most critical areas that exist on this chart right now. You're back above it after completing a Gartley, after breaking out of a massive, colossal sized wedge. I mean, there's no doubt, like the downside, if it happens, right? But we're talking about like, this is some of the lowest risk areas, things you'd be looking for on any chart on any market ever. This is the stuff you're looking for. I mean, this is Jesus stuff. It really is, man. So, I mean, there's just like nothing else that could exist on a chart right now that would make this any better, that would give you any higher probability of it breaking to the upside. There's nothing else now. It's done everything. Okay? Everything. And that's why I'm just like, my precious, I'm just looking at this thing like it's the one freaking ring, man. It's, right? The golden Gartley, dude. All right. Triple bearish divergence, man. I don't know if we would be calling this triple bearish divergence. Because look at your low, then you've now made a higher low with higher levels. Are you talking about like a less significant time scale, maybe? Yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah, definitely triple bearish divergence on the 4 hour, like Bitcoin. I understand that. Yeah, you're right. So the significant time scales, hey man, unbelievable. But your 4 hour, after a nice run, right? That, you know, when did these histogram islands start building? I mean, you know, you went on a 22% run in a week. So, yeah, maybe getting a little tired here. I get that. If you do pull back, all right. But like, understand, let's see if these sellers are coming in. Shout out to Speed Spirit for saying that about the four. You said triple bearish divergence, and yeah, it's there. But like, let's see what these sellers are able to do with the asset above the key of key levels, right? How will it underperform? Will it perform well? That's the question. I mean, I think in anything above, like, I think, gosh, dude, like 215, anything above 215 is in great shape, you know? So it pulls back a little bit, whatever, man. Can't be that worried about it because the daily is so good.
Just hopping on the stream, Mitch. $ICP, please, kind sir. Thank you.
Hey.
I love you, Elon.
Hey, Anthony, man. Thanks for the $69 super chat. Best number maybe ever. Yeah, we'll look at ICP. No, I don't want to ICP. All right. No one wants to see that, dude. Get a diaper. We'll look, and it's, I looked at it. It didn't really stick out as something like SNX that just maybe like mouthwater or others that we can take a look at later today. That was definitely the first contribution. So why not just go to it right now for your pleasure? Yeah, it's just a standard. You know, all you can do is look at it like a rectangle, a perfect rectangle, right? But no discernible edge on the oscillators. I mean, this actually sucks compared to most other cryptos, because most other cryptos are showing you seller exhaustion at a support with completed harmonics. And we're not talking 100% retraces. We're talking about 886s, 90%. I bet you, I'll give you one thing. You've jumped across some sort of creek here. I'll give you that. There's your creek. I'll give you your creek, but that's about it, man. But like, hey, right, a range. I don't know where ICP is going. It's hard for me to even believe that ICP could see 930, 981 again, the top of the range, because it's ICP and all it does is lose no matter what. Doesn't have money on its mind, right? Inverse money on its mind. Has poverty on its mind. All right, so, but if we exclude context, exclude the context, it's just us and the rectangle, and it's not even ICP, it's some random asset we don't know about, right? If we and the macros, scary bad, and my God, right? If we exclude all that, yeah, man, you're at the low risk end of things for a range trade. Yeah, this is where these, like, buy low, sell high. Sure. I will cede you that. But again, just jumping across the creek's one thing. It's not enough. It's not good enough. I'd like to have multiple things happening. You know, it's the nice combo, right? The really nice combo is same situation. Instead of 100% and 88. Why would I even explain it to you when I could just show you? I'll just go to an asset and show you what I'd be looking for. Let's see. What would be a good example? Well, I mean, we looked at another thing yesterday. How about we take a look at storage? Storage, sir. So you got your completed harmonic at the 886. The 886 just literally happened to be...
Is Wearable, RARI, just going to scam wick me forever? THX Mitch.
I hope it does. I hope it just keeps going, man. Remember, like, if you own NFTs or whatever, and you were given like a crap load of Wearable, or not a crap load, but you were given a decent amount of Wearable. I don't even know how to sell them, so I still own them. So I'm always a Wearable fan. Okay, vested interest, Capo. But what? Yeah, thing been going insane. We'll look at it, sir. Much love for the support.
Can we look at NQ/used on Qcoin?
I don't know. Can we, Danny? Can we? Yes. Yes, we can. We can. Thank you. I'm just kidding. All right, so the major inflection point from history. It's a swing low. It was this low from 2017, a high from 2018. Clearly inflection in 2020. But look, man, you're there. You've completed the harmonic. And it's not just that. It's the fact that sellers are implying. They're telling you they're exhausted here. And you got this miniature second test and you never fell below it. You held. And then the supply line was brought. You've jumped across the creek. And it may fail. Right? It could definitely be. It's a crypto scam. Joke coin. All right. They're all jokes, man. But how many, if you've been in this community existed for going on 5 years now. How many times have we identified stuff like this and it has played out? So it's not even about it playing out this time. I'm showing you, these are the things you're looking for if you want a higher probability than CoinFlip's chance of something playing out your way. The way, right, you would be taking a long, as close as possible to the pattern completion zone with divergence at key supports, breaking supply lines. That's stuff you're looking for. Yeah, it pulled back like everything else pulled back too. SNX was up like 6%. This thing was up 7% last night. But yeah, again, it's only up 2.7% now. But the great news is you're starting to rally. It'll be the highest daily candle close on storage since October 9th. Another good example of stuff we're looking for that's better than ICP. Stuff like maybe H-bar a little bit. H-bar is okay, but man, like, how do you do this? How do you be down 2%? It's really not that great, man. Like, I don't understand how this asset can be holding these levels and then doesn't catch any bids. It breaks the resistance. It's like not as good as storage. This thing looks like it's about to break support, man. And yeah, like that's where it is. This is candle high close on the daily right there at 5.6 cents right there, August 2020. Like if you stay above that, I guess you're good. But man, like that's not the price action you're looking for. After sitting here for so long, after finally breaking levels, what you were looking for is something like XLM that's already played out. Like this is the type of price action you're looking for. Okay, so same type of little formula, right? Where you have a range, you see the range, undeniable. You have the harmonic, it completes. It sometimes, falls below the 886. But as you can see, no harm, no foul. The breakdown was like invalidated within hours of it breaking support. But it went for a formal back test of the creek it jumped across, and then a spring, then a back testa of the springa, and then the Muna and the Juna. I'm just kidding, but stuff like that. I mean, that's the stuff you're looking for. ICP is certainly not doing all that, but hey, we're talking about 100% retrace. That's pretty much what ICP is doing, and I guess XLM in the end did it too. So, but the difference was XLM certainly had just continuance of divergence, where ICP has zero divergence right now. So I'm feeling a little weird here, like not looking so hot. I mean, what are you doing? You might be going back down to 10 cents soon if this keeps up. Yeah, so I mean, like, same but different. There are differences and stuff, right? Okay, so let's go to Doge, because Doge, Doge rules the realm. for the time being. The Moon Boys in full control. Look, undeniable bearish divergence. As you can see a high, you can see a slightly higher high with lower levels on the oscillators. That's bearish divergence, but it's Doge, and this would be one where it's like, I don't know, man, this might be the last one I'm trying to look to short because of the stupidity of the memeage, right? You've got animal meme spirits behind this one. It's not just, right? It's like what Doge is almost in a way is like you're owning Elon and the whole Twitter thing and freedom and whatever. Like that's what you're kind of dealing with here. So it's kind of just, it's different, right? It's clearly diverging from everything. So it's just like, you're gonna short this? Well, man, surely is showing that divergence, but you haven't hit an 886 yet. I think the 886 is just a little bit higher. 886 is like 16.4 cents. My God, you sure got close this morning. 15.89 cents. Got an alert set up there, but yeah, man. I mean, at some point it's gonna come tumbling down, but what happens if it comes tumbling down only after you've been liquidated thrice? 4 times, right? And you finally give up. I had the joke theory. Remember earlier? It was like, hey man, guess what's gonna happen? Maybe, you know, like rising 3 methods, man. You got 25 minutes. If you're gonna have if you want a confirmed rising 3 methods on the 4 hour, you have to close above 14.5 cents. If you can do that in the next 25 minutes, dang, man, that's insane, right? And if that happened, you know, the positive momentum's building. See, it's like, just be really careful on this one. It's like FOMOing, bad. Shorting, though, could be really, really risky. Riskier than you might think. Oh, God. Animal meme spirits, okay? Book it. A little bit with the Shiba stuff, too. It's not as good. It's like a diluted Dogecoin, right? The poor man's Doge. But it's, to me, what's so good about Shiba, as discussed yesterday, is this. It's the Gartley. It's perfect. Just about, right? But one thing about Shiba is it is now butting up against the levels where if it breaks those levels, and it's not a joke, it's not a fake out, your upside potential again would be 26 to 34%.
Coin pump like the Jesus.
Kush Blunt's already happened, dude, like multiple times, right? So what are you gonna do? But that's interesting, right? Where now you got real Doge doing stuff, and it's like, dang, man, Pulse Doge. Is that like Kaioken Doge or something? Yeah, it's first of the month, so it is the best time to join the Patreon, which you know, that is the crowdsourcing for this show. So it's like, I don't have, you know, if you watch, if you are a patron, you're just a regular viewer, you know I don't have any sponsors, never have, never will. It's been almost 5 years. I hadn't taken money from anybody to promote their product on my stream. Boom, right? None of my live streams have been monetized, okay? And if they are, they're over 10,000 views. They automatically get monetized because I play copyright music. And because I play copyright music, I can't monetize. So I don't get paid a dime of that anyway, if it's over 10,000 views and or below. So no dimes.
Pulse Dogecoin might pump harder than Dogecoin has ever pumped. Who knows? All are better than stocks.
Are they? They're better than stocks, Kush Blunts?
Is that a joint?
Who's your weed guy? Thanks, dude. So I was on a roll, man. No affiliate marketing links.
In the mix.
I've never ever promoted another product or exchange, you know, where if you sign up for it, I get paid. I don't, none of that ever. So it's only you. It's the tips. It's the Patreon. That's it. So, you know, for for the stream and the community and all that. So that's why you join the Patreon. But hey, great news. The Patreon, I'm posting charts all day. You know, you got pretty good access to me. You know, you got questions, I do my best to answer in the premium Discord chat. All right, there's education in there. So you've access to private chat with a bunch of other patrons and traders. So it's just, you know, there's value in it. So definitely. Okay, that's your Shiba. You better have your alert set up above 1350, because you hear that beep, mother of God, it could be Shiba's time to go up 25 to 35% in a day, like it did in the summer. But it looked like it was going to do that. The structural development looked like, my God, absorption of supply, and the supply was absorbed and nothing else. There were no real sell orders till 1700 plus. Wow. Okay. Shiba. So let's go back. Let's get back into some BNB. Binance Coin. Let's take a gander. Testing the key inflection point, and that's it. Now you're at, you know, levels where if a reversal happens, it happens. Someone out there in this world, could be Scott Carney himself, who says that this might be the type 2, man. Type 1, type 2. I don't know, man. All I know is this is like your highest risk area ever for a long, right? Because this is where, well, we'll see. Reversal, 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 reversal. So it's like history tells us this is a reversal point, but we also understand, and I'm not saying it's going to reverse here, okay? I'm saying, like, history tells us it is one, but if you did break it, the target would be $430. Big if. Big if true, true if big on BNB. All right, that's it. Nice breakout of the descending triangle to the upside. Nice. XRP. How about XRP, man? I figured this thing would be bussin' because of the whole Coinbase is getting behind XRP and the SEC lawsuit. I think that's like unbelievable. Publicly traded company now helping XRP get this thing resolved, which would be resolution for the entire crypto world, just saying. But I think you're okay right here. You definitely could start trying to argue a little bit of that hidden bullish divergence. Buyers are just defending 44.50 or 44.5 cents. Buyers are defending that level. If you hold that long enough, you're probably going to the top of the range again. I mean, you know, 54. I think 58. If this keeps up, 58 cents, 58.5 cents. Just normally, like, you'd think, hey, man, you're not supposed to hold this 200-day moving average of the bearish divergence. It was there, and it's just not performing very well. It may still be playing out. You know, it could dump on, you know, the Fed talks, and then everything in the world collapses, and XRP goes with it. I get that, but it's hanging in there. It's holding. The buyers that bought, right, between the 17th of September and the 23rd of September, they still own it. They still own it. They're defending this level. It's like people bought, and now when sellers come in, there's just not enough sellers to push the price lower. So that's good. Not bad. Just neutral right now. I guess you would say you're kind of showing a little contraction. Not much. Because again, I think it's more like a rectangle, but you just got this slightly higher low and then a slightly lower high. All right, so that is contraction. That is neutral inherently. That's what you got. You're just building a little pennant here. Got it? Cool. All right, XRP, yeah. Sol that had its shark. All right, it's interesting. It was better than Cardano, right? I don't even know why I'm on Sol right now. We should be at Cardano, but like, you made an 886 and you reacted. You jumped across the creek, but you're not making higher highs, so I don't care. Like, it's just, you know, I'm looking at, remember, I look at some of these, and not because I love them or I think they're great setups or anything. I'm just looking at them because they're the higher market cap coins, and we go through them every day. We look at them, we monitor them. Wow. I mean, in fact, what this crap's doing, it looks like more, it's like you're working on a hidden bearish divergence argument on the daily. Are you kidding me? What a joke. But yeah, it's hard to imagine Sol hitting $21 if Bitcoin really runs. So if Bitcoin stays above 19,891 long enough and keeps making higher lows, and then eventually resolves and makes higher highs, I have no idea how Sol sees $20 while Bitcoin goes much higher, you know? Yeah, the Maker news was like out of this world, man. Like, what? I want to see that chart, right? What was it again? Give me a sec. Yeah, 29-year-old co-founder of Maker, Nikolai Mushkian, was found dead in San Juan, Puerto Rico, just 3 days after tweeting something from his personal Twitter account, and it was him saying that the CIA and Mossad and pedo elite they're running some kind of trafficking, entrapment, blackmail ring out of Puerto Rico and Caribbean islands, and they're going to frame him with a laptop planted by his ex-girlfriend who was the spy. So it's almost like, was the dude schizo, or is this like real life? You know, it's the McAfee thing. He said he wasn't going to kill himself, but it happened. But what happened? We'll never know, right? It's just like, good luck ever figuring that out, man. And even if you do figure it out, good luck proving it. Good luck. They're not going to let you. My God, right? Hey, we got some new patrons. James I, Tim L, J, 2_, Bob W, and Ivan F. Thank y'all for joining the Patreon today. Thank y'all so much. Please be sure to sing the Patreon on the Discord. You got to do it. That's where all the value is. That's where everything's at. All right. Not Patreon is a glorified payment processor. So I don't have to worry about your credit cards getting hacked or anything like that. They handle it. That's what we pay them a small fee, and all is well, right, with the world. But everything, all the value that's provided is in the Discord, the premium Discord. All right, sweet. So there's your Sol, completed shark, hidden bearish divergence starting to develop. No higher highs, only lower highs locally. It's pretty crap. Cardano, though, even worse. Why? Because Cardano made the lowest low. It made an extension, not a retrace. 1414 rallied, and of course, anytime now you start rolling over, hidden bearish divergence. This is terrible. It could continue to rally. I mean, dude, you understand, as long as it makes a lower high than 51 cents, it's so bearish, right? This thing could go up to the supply line again, test it to 48 cents. It's still going to be bearish. There's just too much that needs to be done right now for this thing to be bullish, and it would take lots and lots of time. It would take weeks for this thing to gradually reverse its long-term trend, which is only bearish. Wow. And you got to be really careful and understand how dangerous below 36 cents is. Below 36 cents is like almost auto 19, 15 cents. So you just got to be careful here. I know it's rough, man. It's rough. We looked at Doge already. Okay. All right. So is there another crypto request, or was that? Let's look at PulseChain coin real quick. I know, I'll get it over with, man. Is it gonna move soon? Nah, dude. I'd be really careful, dude, because like it's very, very elevated. We understand though, it's not at a. You'd be paying premium for PulseChain. Premium. You're not paying value. You're not getting value. What is value? 886 retraces, right? There was value. It would seem. In mid-September, when we got the full reset in the uptrend, and you ran up 100+%, made an all-time high, or you were very close to an all-time high. But now it's like if you're buying now, you're not buying really strategically, unless I guess if you had to stop marginally below 632, okay, but look how close you are to it. The negative momentum is building. You might have a better chance at 488, 450 for if you wanted to add, or if you wanted to get a fresher entry. This is just not a good area. That you missed out on the run. So yeah, we look at it every day. You request it every day, and that's it, man. That's it, dude. Thank you. Don't you dare confirm a top. Don't you be double topping. It's a little early. Could be, but clearly there was too much supply around 880. So the buyers relented, and they still could be relenting. But eventually, all we got to do is make a higher low than 250, and everything will be fine. Okay. All right. Well, since we had another request for it was a crypto, might as well knock it out. One thing we got to do though. All right, here it is, man. Here it is.
I like turtles.
Not really bears out here today, is there? So still above the key inflection point from June and July. You're above it. You're holding above it. The bearish divergence was there, but no selling, no follow through from sellers. Where are you, sellers? This is terrible. What are you doing? Are you somehow, some way going to be doing? Don't you be telling me it's a low, the higher low, the higher low. Are we getting triple hidden bullish divergence of some sort? Kidding me? You see it there. Well, the cutoff, below 959. Wow, it could be 838. History tells us that. All right. But above that, above this, you've broken out. Total has officially broken out and pretty much back tested the breakout as support on yesterday, Halloween. Spooky. It's so spooky that this holds long enough. You got a minimum target. I mean, you have a short-term target above 959 that is 103 trillion. Not where you are now, 103 trillion. Marginal upside from here. Based on levels, looking left. So you just got to wonder, where are we on the divergence? Is it like, oh, it's still developing, it needs more time before we collapse and dump? Or is now an argument for hidden divergence already, here, and you're about to continue upward to 103 trillion, because that'd be the target if you were to continue, really. All right, which would be incredible for Bitcoin. And you should think about if we're going to $1.3 trillion. You can imagine where Bitcoin, Ethereum, and these altcoins are going to be if that happens. All right, some of these patterns, these beautiful looking patterns on many altcoins would be playing out. They'd be respecting the TA, wouldn't they? Alert. All right, now we can switch it. Wait. Sorry. Nope. Sorry. What the? Had a couple more requests. My bad. Wearable. Yeah. Killed it, dude. It was up way more than 38% though. My God, this thing went up probably like 70% earlier. Let me try to find the one with all the data on it. Not Coinbase. I don't remember which one I was looking at. Maybe this one's it. I don't know. It may not be. It's CoinX or something. It's probably okay. I mean, NFTs in March 2021. I don't know. That's... Shoot, dude. Anyone know off the top of their head? Which one has the most data? Wearable. Okay. I guess it's CoinX. Whatever. CoinX is fine. It'll do. It'll do. So where's Wearable? Somewhere very rare. No cap. All right. So it was an old support, right? You can see from history a couple times. It's like this low lines up with the candle low close. So all you've done is you've gone and back tested those levels as resistance, and you have not broken them. Now breaking them could be pandemonious. Is that a word? Could be pandemonious, at least looking here. I mean, that's probably your area. Yeah, so above 562 equals doubling, close to doubling, but below it, you're stuck, right? You haven't broken anything. Man, it's like it didn't even do anything that we look for, right? It like was below a level. Oh, it just depends what. Maybe like that candle low close. My God, that's incredible. And yeah, in the end, right? Where did it do this? Can somebody just? I just don't monitor this. Okay, I just don't. All right, so just for the sake of like, I don't want to use a scam wick, dude. I'm not going to use the scam wick. I'm going to act like that scam didn't even happen. Trying to plot a traditional harmonic here on it. But like 886, 886, 886, man. Just complex wave structure completes. It's not always perfect. This one wasn't perfect. It went like 92%. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's in the general vicinity and what happened after the complex wave structure completed. A new wave, an impulse, a face melting rally, right? So it's just over and over and over again. Predictable pattern. Durst Minch, you out there, man? I guess. Is that Guten Tag? Thanks so much, dude, for joining the Patreon. Please be sure to sing the Patreon and Discord. Much love, man. Much love. So, Moon, nothing more to talk about besides, well, in the end, you know, it was like everything else in ways, right? Where you just share me out. Give me a sec. Man, it's like, you know, this is a joke, right? This is equally as a joke as Wearable is, WRX, but here we are. Here we are. We got a range, you got a completed harmonic, and it hit the 886. What did it do? It rallied, hit the top, and then it sold off again, just sitting here, and may collapse, right? It's terrible. Like, I don't care. But I'm just trying to think here, like, of ones that could be similar to what we saw in Wearable. But OXT, camera 9, is this the harmonic? I mean, it really does have the harmonic. It's just, it's kind of stupid, man. It's kind of ridiculous. And this may not play out. It's just like the same thing, man. Whichever way you'd be looking at it. God, these friggin' scam wigs. Where is it? Where are we? Where is this thing? No, it hasn't played out, and it may never play out. It may fail. Dude, the harmonics like this can fail. They dump, and it's like how you know how bad it is, right? But saying, like, harmonic completed, no impulse, like Wearable. Nope. So OMG showing, OMG had something, but again, it can't really do anything. It's an extension shark too. This is like GRT. Jumped across the creek, completed the wave structure, and that's about it so far. Not really great. No Wearable. ONT, pretty much an M shape, you know. I'm holding the bottom of the range, not really going anywhere. Theta, 100%, didn't make the 886 either. Isn't it Tezos? Tezos, yeah. Tezos is a good 886 one, right? It's like, this is what Wearable did. Wearable did the same thing, right? It made like, where the harmonic was too, is like lower than all the other lows, right? And then buyers just came in and did this. Just many others have not caught those bids yet, and they may never catch them, right? Because you can see Tesla is just struggling to break the low from May 12. What are you doing, man? You got to break that. Give me a break. So interesting levels, you know, they just are like YFI, interesting level. Anything above 74.50, you're in good shape, but I mean, this can't really do anything right now. No one's really buying a lot of these coins yet. Even though they've completed, you'll just need probably some Bitcoin movement to get these things going, like a defibrillator, right? Stick it on the chest of the altcoins, wake them back up. Chainlink's a different situation than a lot of others, though, where you've got a rectangle, but also accumulation. And now you're breaking above an inflection point back from September 2020, right? That you're above that, and you'd broken back above the 200-day moving average and tested the 200 moving average for the first time since January. So some things are happening, right? At basement levels in ways. It's not quite as basement as many others, but that's I believe an 886. Doesn't look like it from here, but the fact that it went so high like that, I think it was, man. Just depends on the anchor point too. It's an 886. Yeah. Even when you go from these lows down here, yeah, you go from like the lowest lows to the highest highs, and where this is all developing is the 88% retrace. So you're not off base for thinking, hey man, change could be coming. There could be a wave up, and it may not be a big, it may not be amazing, it may not be a cycle reversing wave. It just means that like when you hit 886s like that and then you consolidate at that level long enough, history tells us from traditional markets that eventually you get waves up, oh my God, and then, you know, maybe this later happens. But at 886s, you can't be surprised if a massive rally occurs at it, because it happens all the time and has happened for throughout history on all markets, all asset classes.
Am I wrong? Historically, these bullish harmonics on alts would stagnate while BTC pumped in a suppressed market, or they'd crash hard if BTC fell.
Well, of course they're gonna crash hard. They will dump bad, and they will dump most likely worse than Bitcoin. But we get it, man. All I'm saying is we understand from investing in ourselves for so long. These assets, the damage is done on all of them. Okay, the time for easy shorting, it's over. Like it's not going to be an easy short no matter what now, because we know where we are globally. They're all 886s, man, 90% retraces. You're just going to have limited downside. Even if they continue down, it's just going to be, your argument's going to be limited. It's harder to articulate an argument to be short when an asset is at an 88% retrace from its all-time low to its all-time high. It's just harder to articulate an argument. It just is. All right, Jesus chimes. We got a new day. A new day is upon us. Let us praise the day. They kept us above $20,441. Amen. All right, sweet. There are others, man. There are others. Let's go back to Bitcoin because, you know, it's all right. It's up. You're local on the 8s. Cool. How did Bitcoin's daily candle close? Nothing burger. Right, just kind of a nothing burger day. I don't know, man. It's just you stare into the face of a predictable pattern that we've seen countless times. You know, it plays out and normally goes to insane levels. And we just looked at Bitcoin's Gartley from 2019, and it did the same thing, man. The same thing. And it took a while, right? Disbelief. It took a while of this before the massive acceleration. So I'm hoping we're in that situation on Bitcoin. We don't have to know if we're in this situation. All we have to know is what's the cutoff for us. If we were optimistic, cautiously optimistic, it would be below 19,650, or if you were really wanting to be
unseen efforts invested
loose.
Into yesterday's stream. Cheers.
What's up, Rush? Thanks, man, for the 10. I really appreciate that a lot. Kangs, man. Yeah. Tougher doing those in not so great market conditions. It's way more fun. Like, it, you know, I get excited equally the same. It's just like, you know, when I go live, it's just when there's hype, the market's doing something, it just, it amplifies the fun. But when the market's kind of dead, you know, it could have been more insane. I'm saying, so just happens, man. It was October 2022, a month to forget for me. That was the worst. That might have been possibly, and this is a good thing, it might have been the worst month of my life. Like, I mean, at least is short memory. I mean, short term anyway. There hadn't been like, you know, And that means like, wow, I'm so lucky that was it. Those things happen to you, and that was your worst month ever. So
Another
I know,
beanie
right?
baby
It's like,
that fell 20% before and still more downside. Up and down. Hi Mitch, thanks.
what's up, Mr. Chicken? What was that? Another beanie baby fell. That fell 20% before and still more downside. Up and down. What are you talking about? Is it a riddle? Are you the riddling joker or something? Anyone want to take a crack at what Mr. Chicken was talking about? Thank you, dude. Mr. Chicken wants Troy. Okay, because I didn't know what you were talking about. Troy. Let's try and just knock that out, because that was, wait, we didn't look at E and Q. That's okay. We're still on track. We're not off here. This was on deck anyway. Iniquium. God, it looks like, hey, I don't even remember this, but we were here. At one point we were on E and Q, man. I wonder did I ever post this thing in the Discord anywhere? No. It was just sometime at one point in history, man. The back test of the spring. The composite operator signature chat. And look at you now. It's incredible. There's nothing to do though on it. The time to be looking at it is when we looked at it. These were the times when you were making these lows, these higher lows, that the trend was reversing ever so slightly, gently above 6.3 tenths of 1 cent to 8 tenths of 1 cent. Man, that was the lowest risk areas. My God, there was hidden bullish evidence on the higher low. Now, well, you hit the 4.6 cent level. That's a very real inflection point from history. It's kind of a couple candle high closes, one from February 10th and the other one from April 1st, I guess. Yep. Above that, who cares? Because you're not above it. You really wanted to know, because you can see like these are wicks, but the candles close below.
Can we check out PulseChain? Love your face.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, dude. Anyone remember which stream this was? What's up, Chase? Thanks for the 15. You love my face. Thank you. I don't get that compliment. And it's not even a compliment, really. Thank you for the kind words to my face. I appreciate it, man. Adding to the list. All right, so what do you do here above this? Who knows, man? Okay, God. Thin order book above 5 cents. I'd just maybe try to go with that candle high close there, because straight up and down. That's all. Yeah, there's a candle high close right here, May 2021. And then, it's like you're kind of guessing. It's so illiquid and it's topped out so many different areas. I think if you break 5 cents, you double up. You go to 10 cent next target, right? Look, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? That's easy enough. So you're not above it though. Yeah. And you really, my God, if this isn't a tweezer top reversal, nothing is. This is textbook tweezer top price action, chat. Look at this. It's gorgeous. This is all right. It's really it's like a double top on less significant timescales, but this is perfect, man. I don't think I've seen a tweezer top this perfect in a while. Beautiful. It's the tweezer. It's the top. So maybe you go for a back test of like 2.6 cents. That'd be great. Good God, that's nasty. Yeah, it's a long way down. There's not much there. There's some swing lows, 3.6 cents and 2.9 cents. But you kind of like, if you're looking this for a formal request, someone did request this. We did look at it. We did identify the insane things. The signature of the composite operator. Yeah. Look at that one. Hey, Super Drac. Super Drac, thanks so much for joining the Patreon, man. Please be sure to check out the Patreon and Discord. If you haven't. Thanks so much, dude. Remember, it's the first of the month, so these people that are joining the Patreon, they're getting the best value, right? Because the billing cycle's on the 1st. So if you're joining today, you're getting 30, 31 days in the Patreon versus 30, 20, or versus 29, 28, 27 or less, right? So I really appreciate the support. It means a lot, seriously, because it doesn't just support me, it supports the team, which in essence supports the dream. And of course, it also supports the stream. They just all coincidentally rhyme. It's always been like that. I don't know. The Bitcoin on the new day. Starting out was a little selling, down $60 right now. Okay. All right, let's go to Troy. That was next. It was next, man. Yikes, ugly, man. No one buying, dude. No one buying. Yeah, you're right. You are correct about that, man. This does look like it. It certainly has more downside. Where you are, nothing sticks out as good. At where you are, off limits till we see 2.5 tenths of 1 cent. That's it. Right, they're like, yeah, you're trying to hang on. I see what you're trying to hang on to. You can, I'm gonna plot it over here. And it's like it was a high, September 2020, October 2020, November 2020, and December 2020. And then it was support, kind of flipped support January 2021. That's it. That was when it was manufactured. It was the first time ever it acted as an inflection point. It seems like it's trying to hang on that same point right now, but do you think that's going to hold? Great. It could hold, but I just, you know, what are we looking for after dumps? Complex wave structures. Okay, this one doesn't really stick out as a complex wave structure that would make any sense to me. I'm sorry. I would want to see 2.56. Look, man, if we can trade, if we have the freedom to trade whatever we want in the world, we could trade seafood futures, orange juice futures, we could trade Google, we could trade Amazon, we could trade gold miners or real estate, investment trust. We could buy or short anything. Why would you even care about Troy, Mr. Chicken? You wouldn't. You'd be like, Troy, the university in Alabama? No, not that one. Not the university in Dothan, Alabama, or near Troy's near Dothan. But no, the S-Coin. The S-Coin, what's it do? We don't know. No one knows. They don't do anything. They just listed the thing, and it's terrible. It doesn't even look like the bigger market cap coins that actually show something. At least they show some hopium. There is no hopium here, and maybe it holds. This is great if it holds here. That'd be great. It'd be a springback test. But my God, man, I just think like if this thing's holding this and running, then everything else is running too, man. So it's no offense either. It's just how it is. It's Troy. It's destroyed, but you see how it could be a little bit more destroyed, and then you have a better opportunity, right? Certainly on the low end of things, but not the lowest, not the lowest risk. It could go substantially lower, and it wouldn't be weird. Okay, sorry, Mr. Chicken. I really appreciate the contribution, though. Know that. Okay. Let's look at Polex for Chase. I'm just knocking these out. You know, I know we haven't been able to get to the index funds or anything stocks. Kind of an active stream, which is great, man. It's amazing. I really appreciate it, guys and gals. Well, you know, POLX, Polylastic. So it is elastic in multiple ways, right? It's not monolastic, it's polylastic. Great, man. Does that mean it's better? According to the chart, no. Right, Mari would say something like that. According to the lie detector test, no. The chart says no, it is not polylastic. It's more like monolastic. It may be inelastic. No, it's very elastic, right? Elastic, but it's always down. And now it's become inelastic since May, really. Since May, it's pretty much dead. It's like a dead asset. No one's making the market. No one's trading this crap. Why would you trade it? Man, you work hard for your money. Look, man, it's just like if I zone in on this thing, and start looking at it, and I'm like, hey, man, you got like 5.3 of a penny, maybe even, yeah, I think it's like 5300ths of a cent or something stupid. Maybe it tests that and it's a springback test, and then we moon, man. Not until then. So you got a little bit more downside. You have an alert set up on that. But dude, I'm just saying, you got so much freedom. Like, you're free. No one's putting a gun to your head making you trade Polylastic. Look, man, when you're trying to trade something, liquidity is really important. Volume's important. Why? Because if you don't have liquidity or volume, there's no one making the market. There's no composite operator out there working his magic, painting the pictures, springs, the back test of the springs, acquiring over time, giving us a signature so we can identify it. Maybe, right? There isn't a composite man here, dude. I don't think. But yeah, hey, you're about to be at this May 11th listing price. That's terrible. Okay. Sorry, Chase. I appreciate the contribution. But you can understand how I don't appreciate POLX as a chart. I just don't appreciate it. And now, hopefully, afterwards, you don't appreciate it either. And you're like, what, man? There are cryptos out there. My God, something like Bitcoin Cash, dude. It's not like the best in the world, but at least someone's making the market still. There's still a pattern that we can identify. There's a falling wedge. It's holding supports, not just from locally. Dude, this is look at this, from history, man. Right here. You're holding this support. You've sprung. This is an official back test of spring. That's all. That's real life, man. That's what you're looking for. That's composite operator signature stuff. Let me just do it for you real quick. And this is just me, in lieu of looking at Polylastic and liking it, we'll look at something like Bitcoin Cash that's certainly showing the variables that you would like to see for a potential rally. Doesn't mean a cycle ending rally or we're gonna go and break the next highs. I'm just saying a short-term bottom could be getting put in, and we could rally. And we know this just based on the historical performance of the same thing we've identified here. Many other years ago, we've identified the same thing at similar levels on different charts on different markets, and they do reverse here. And again, some go insane. Some just rally adequately and do well, and then they reverse later, right? After making a lower high than than this high, right? Than the previous major high. So just saying, you could look at Polylastic, or you look at Bitcoin Cash. You can look at Bitcoin Cash, or you could look at something like DGB. DGB, it's kind of like, oh man, you're at the supports, aren't you? You are on the lower, you're at the bottom, right? Buying low, sell. You're certainly low. You're this low. You can see how important this is. Like, if you were like, man, I really, really need to see, okay, I need to see a support, an inflection point that is undeniable and no one could argue with it. Then go to DGB. Here you are, the swing low from July 2017, November 2017, December 2018, February 2019. That was support. Then resistance, October 2019, February 2020. But now, support again. In June, support again. In October. So, right? I mean, Way better than Polylastic or the other one, or Troy. At least there's something here. If it repeats history, it breaks and runs to 1.689 cents. That's what it does if it respects history. Now, there was one time in history, where it didn't. Where in October 2019, it broke it. Then the COVID crash happened. Here's February. It was even trying to break it. And it's like, oh my God, the whole world's shutting down. Markets and bots are just going to deleverage. Well, we're going to crash. Okay. That was it. You had to shut down the world economy for this level that it's currently at to be broken. That's what had to happen. Other than that, it's never broken. So Michael, what are you talking about? Anthony. Oh, what? Your name's Michael Anthony, not Anthony Luna. Someone tipped $69 earlier named Anthony Luna.
Hey Mitch, was traveling out in Europe so wasn't around much in October. Great to be back and hope this month is a better one for you. No way I was leaving Patreon though. Kings,
Mr. Anderson, thank you so much, dude. Longtime supporter. Also arbiter of the Matrix. And also is Elrond from Lord of the Rings. He's many different people. Thank you, Mr. Anderson. Wait, is that right? I can't remember. Or is Neo Mr. Anderson? And he says Mr. Anderson. I don't know, man. It's something like that. That's always the way it's been, though. Okay, thank you, dude. And I hope you had a good one. I mean, every day that goes by, it's not getting better for Europe or really anywhere in the West, but unfortunately, it's not good in Europe, and it's only going to get worse. I can't even believe how lucky now that's one thing about this year. It's like, and we know it's been a bear market, but my God, when I went to UK for 2 weeks, splendid time. It was perfect. None of the crazy bad stuff that's been happening was really taking root yet. And now it's like, dang, man, going back, it's probably just gonna be somewhat worse. You know. Mr. Smith. I don't know. Mr. Smith, Mr. Anderson, they're all there. They're in the world of the Matrix. The Matrixies. Oh man. So yeah, you got that. You got DGB. All right. Okay. There are others. EOS. I think HiUOK had identified a harmonic on this one too. Yeah. Me too, man. It's there. It's the beauty of it, right? We got so many people that have invested in themselves over so many years. That, like, you know, general chat, we post memes and stuff, but dang, dude, there's like people that know what's going on in our community. Like, they know how to identify everything. Really, like, just as well as me. Like, second nature. So that's what's really cool. Like, you know, hey man, bear markets suck and all that, but the real ones stick around. You know they're real ones too, because they're posting charts of harmonics, and it's like, I'll look at it. Yep. Couldn't have charted any better myself. And guess what? Those people are the people that will become rich once the bear market ends. It could be another year, it could be another year and a half. But the people that invest themselves in the bad market conditions are going to be the ones that are going to be ready to identify the bullish market, the bullish reversals, and the accumulation structures and everything we look for when trends reverse to go long and take advantage of it. The smart money. They'll be able to identify the composite operators' signatures on the chart. That's what it's about, man. So, and I remember I started streaming like February 2018, man. My whole streaming career was created in the worst market conditions. But guess what? The strongest plants grow and develop in the harshest conditions. So it's like, guess what? Next cycle, we're going to get rich. Guess what happened? We became rich. A lot of people in this community, life-changing money after that COVID crash ended and we all like recalibrated and some of the Rudy Poo crap and chop kind of ended and we started identifying reaccumulation structure on Bitcoin in the summer of 2020. The windfall, it came. It literally came. And it was over a period of like 4 or 5 months. That's all it took. Kings. So, yeah, you've reacted on EOS, the 886. Maybe starting to show a little hidden bearish divergence. It's type 1, right? So this thing could easily just do a good old type 2 before going higher, right? This one kind of looks like it might be setting up for that. Doesn't look as good as some others. 0.003 vet. Yeah, really, dude. What is this? Dry farming, huh? Perk one. Oh man, we haven't even looked at. We've just been looking at. It's been a crypto stream, dude. Sorry. Let's do it. It was just because the requests kept coming in, and none of them were stocks. And I was like, might as well just do this one, doing this one, do the. All right. So here's the S&P 500. Not a good day. Yeah, it's not bad either. It's just down 0.41%. No big deal, man. There's no discernible edge on the daily. Nothing's implying that the buyers that bought are exhausted yet. Not on the daily. If anything, it's just kind of more like bullish convergence. 4 hour might give you some more clarity though. 4 hour, you got to be a little, you know, there might be a pullback here. The 200 symbol moving average being tested again for the first time since September 13th. It's been like 6 weeks. And you go from a high to the higher high. And then you've got lower levels of positive momentum, which implies maybe a pullback. Yeah, man, you pull back. All you got to do is make a higher low. Make the higher low, and then you rally again. But it's just been a wave up, you know, and hey, it could still do the same crap it did in July to August. Or it just doesn't stop. But, you know, maybe a short-term pullback could be in store because of the 200 moving average or something, right? We know volatility is coming. Brace yourself, volatility will be arriving on Thursday. But just think about it. I mean, you know what's happening this week. 20% of the S&P 500 reports earnings, right? Some already have, like AMD reported today, had a very minor miss, but wasn't affected. So it's just like the gif of Robert Downey Jr. Survive. That's all you got to do. Just survive this week. PayPal's reporting on Thursday, I believe, on the 3rd. A lot of earnings. Okay, so. But then you had like not even earnings. You just had like, hey, it's being discussed that TikTok should be banned. It certainly should have been banned. But here's the problem: the damage is already done. TikTok's already destroyed most of the Gen Zers and a lot of millennials. They're already the damage is done, dude. Well, low attention spans and weird moral relativism going on that. You know what I'm talking about? The bad stuff gets promoted, right? The stupid stuff gets promoted. So therefore, it gets promoted. It gets the most views. Therefore, the people doing the really stupid stuff, it reinforces their behavior to do more stupid stuff. Non-productive stupid stuff. Where in China, where TikTok is, the stupid stuff, the moral relativism stuff is blocked or banned or suppressed or not promoted. And you know what is? People doing really cool science projects, things that are productive for society. So TikTok is legit asymmetrical warfare against the West to weaken our youth. But it's already happened. It's done. They've done it. It was a wonderful, wonderful success, even if it gets banned tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, it's Chinese spyware too. Of course, we know that. But spyware is not the worst of it. The worst of it's what I just said. Okay, so You got a little S&P 500 is getting a little tired. I mean, it's at 200 and a pullback here could happen, but I'm not going to be surprised either way, man. You're in between two major inflection points, 3,600 and 45 or 4,058. Yep. Dow Jones has been killing it all, man. It's been killing the game. Look at this, though. Sorry, I don't know why it's not plotting on the daily. Look at this, man. Just when you thought, man, is the supply line going to break? Nay, there was supply. From the previous high to the low. Hey, man, we've exceeded the 618, the first target of the dragon. It always is, always will be, right? First target of the dragon, 618. Second target of the dragon, always going to be the 786. You didn't touch it today. You were very close. You did make intraday. The Dow Jones Industrial made its highest price since August 26th. Very nice. But now you're still above that 200-day moving average, but barely. Lots of controversy here. This is considered, Dow Jones is considered overbought in a downtrend. That is what the top trend line, with price action looking like this, the top trend line is overbought. The bottom trend line is oversold. Oversold. Yes. So you just got to wonder. I mean, like, is history going to repeat itself where this trend line is broken? You can upthrust through it too. So even if tomorrow comes and it's a big day for oil again and it pushes the DJI up, you should know what's just ahead of you, the 786, but also the inflection zone. You know, which we know, of course, is 32.33 repeating, of course. Right around there, you know, that zone of inflection. I mean, all of that, that's a lot of congestion, isn't it? That's all kinds of adversity. So, what a good run, though. Okay, how good of a run, son? Only 15% in 19 days. It's pretty amazing. So it's about 15, and yeah, man, that's solid. But it's because what? All these assets, all these energy stocks, some of them hitting all-time highs. I think like ExxonMobil hitting like an all-time high every day. 15 out of 17 days or something stupid. Yeah. Energy. Okay, so, you know, just real quick. NASDAQ, we knock it out. Your NASDAQ composite, man. Sorry. Not a good day. Nothing like the Dow Jones. Wow, look at the divergence. The index funds. Wow. Still okay, though. Still above the 10.5, 10.8 area. I think you're okay above 10.8. The divergence, though, I'm starting to get like, what is going on? Why are you showing such strong bullish divergence and you're just not taking off, really? The chop. So tough, man. Maybe the bots in the day trader's paradise. Terrible for the swing trader. You can go in sideways, but you're above support still, so you got that. Yeah, man, it's like, what's going on, dude? Are you kidding me? The neckline, you couldn't even test the neckline again today. Looks can be deceiving. I mean, I remember trying to identify something that looked like this back. It was like right here. Yeah, it was like the left shoulder head, a potential right shoulder, then just dumped. Like, so at least this one like pivoted at the right shoulder. It is beautiful looking. I mean, like, if it plays out, it's like, we'll look back and be like, dang, if that was not a beautiful structure, but it's not taking off. It's not breaking the neckline. As the Dow Jones is the Dow Jones is up here. Way higher. So is the S&P. You can thank tech for getting wrecked, right? What happened today? Google, Amazon, enough said. We'll go the Russ 2000 because Amazon's in it, but does the NASDAQ look anything like the Russ 2000? God, no. And it's kind of crazy that the Russ 2000 was up today when you know what's inside of the Russ 2000? Amazon. So the first target of the dragon has not been achieved, nor is the second. Okay. I don't know how in the world it would ever hit a 618 when you got Amazon, which I believe today closed below $1 trillion market cap. Yikes. Here it is. Lowest daily candle close on Amazon since the date of April 3rd, 2020. You're just coming off the bottom of the COVID crash, but back below the key of key levels. Anytime you're below this, there's a very good chance you know the next level is going to be about 884.50. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's it. That's your historical price action. I would believe it. That's nasty. Real nasty. And then Google, another market driver. It's disgusting. Closed at its session lows to boot. Lowest daily candle close officially since January 20th, 2021. Wow. 1.5. My God, you're like 1 year and 10 months, dude, lows on this. Hey, remember the bear flag? It's the bear flag, and the bear flag performing like the Jesus man. All right, your target eventually, it's been this way. 83.61 is just a gap fill. That's your target. We'll be waiting. Okay, so that's what you got. How about Apple? Let's check on Apple because the divergence between all these mega caps and Apple, it's crazy stuff, and so much stronger. It's down 1.75%, but you know, and here's the thing to think about. What's going to happen? We're below the 200-day moving average. Again, we've done it before. Cause for concern? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. You only had a type 1 anyway on the bullish bat pattern that completed. I don't think we're out of the woods at all on this. And even if we're going to get out of the woods, I think it would be best and most prudent to wait for something like this. But if you were going to want to go long, I wouldn't be trying to go long here. Doesn't make sense, really. I'd be wanting to try to go long at the 139 back test. That would be the best. Okay, be your confirmation low, your spring back to all that stuff, right? Things you look for. Microsoft, pretty ugly. Not like Google, but still awful. Long extended downtrend now. It's a beautiful channel, isn't it? It's gorgeous. And you broke that low. I mean, I'm thinking right here. There's a high from October 2020, November 2020, January 2020, then a valley from March 2021. That's the level. Breaking that, you could understand why 198 would be in the cards, possibly even 190, right? Yeah. So you'll probably test that in the coming days. So you're praying, if you want Microsoft to rally, that when it does test it, it bounces and rallies hard. That hasn't happened yet, so. Do we look at all the big ones? Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Apple. Yeah, I mean, those are the big four ones, right? All right, let's take a look at switch it. Switch it up real quick. Gold, real fast. Gold, man. It's hanging in there. All right. Some hopium and engulfing candle yesterday. Back above that little supply line. Let's see. If it can hold. I mean, it was rolling over, but if you hold above the low, you're fine. It's not a big deal. The central banks are buying the living crap out of gold right now. Physical gold, not this gold, not paper gold. Talking about real gold. Central banks having a feeding frenzy just like they were back here in 2018. I mean, from 2015 to 2018, they had bought billions and billions of dollars of gold. But I read something today about they're doing it again. So you just got to wonder, would that correlate at all to some sort of rally here? I don't know. Hasn't yet, but you're not. I don't think you're screwed until you're breaking 617. Really, 617's, you're dead. You hold it. My God, maybe you're confirming a bottom like the index funds did. Okay, sure. When's Meta gonna recover? Do we want Meta to recover, dudes? I'm not sure. Look, we an audio check. I mean, it's stupid that I'm asking now because if it's not good, then the stream is ruined. And I've been live for an hour and 33 minutes now. So, hey, if you're enjoying the live stream, hit that like button, that bell, that sub. Thanks so much for being here on a Tuesday, November 1st. Remember, new months can usher in new price action. Audio was perfect. That's good. Thank you for the update. Gold, hey, you're hanging in there. Silver, sent it. All right. It was a better argument than gold the whole time, right? Where you made the low, you fell below it, you rallied, you sprung. You sprung, you back tested the spring, but then you made a confirmation low at that spring back test with hidden bullish divergence on the second bottom. That's pretty good. And now you got the highest daily candle close, technically, since October 7th. So 3-week highs on silver. And you'd think the short-term target after all this stuff happened would be $20.73 again. Nice. Buyers defended a level here, aren't they? Yes, they are. Copper. All right, man. You're trying to hang in there. There's a Gartley argument, but there's also the massive bear flag. They can both be valid, though, right? Think about if the Gartley played out, what could occur? It could do something like this. And then, you know, by Thanksgiving, it tops out. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to ape into copper. And then what happens after? All right, we head on back down. I mean, all these, like, so we're saying, like, what I'm saying is, like, you can have a bullish argument and a bearish argument. They can both play out just like this. All right. Platinum. And certainly in this downtrend right now, but you had two lows that came in, then a higher low. Now we have higher lows. So we're showing accumulation again locally. Back above 894 is a really big deal. And I think if you can break this one last level, it's 972, 1032 is the big one. It's the massive one that goes back to 2006, I believe. Maybe not. Is that another chart? It is 2006. That's it. Yeah, the 1050 is 2006 valley. That's a big deal. So straight down and up, straight down and up. You get it. I mean, where you are, there's maybe a little bit more upside to 1,000. Probably be a target if you're doing what you've been doing throughout history, right? Okay. Let's go to U.S. oil that we've already looked at today. That it's good, man. U.S. oil looks primed for a rally here. When have I said that about U.S. oil? It's only been bearish. It's only been crap. Hey, man, $75, $78 is a massive inflection zone. If it doesn't hold that, you're going to $61. You held it, though. You held it. You rallied. You broke a supply line. And then you had a minor sell-off, and now you put a higher low in for the first time since May. And now you're back above $87. Above $87, based on historical price action, equals, look, no further than the date of 2007, right? Straight up, down, up, down, up. Look, down, look, up, down, up, down, up, down. When you're above $87, history tells us $100 is an adequate, reasonable target to believe where U.S. oil would be headed to next. If it goes to $100, nothing bad happens. Nothing crazy happens. It's just all technical, man. That's your target, though, up here. So upside potential on U.S. oil from where it is right now. Got another 12% upside, if you can believe it. Guess what looks better than U.S. oil? UK oil, Brent crude. The Jesus, man. Trade setup stuff. This is unreal. This is the dream. This is what you invest in yourself and you study this stuff. And when it starts playing out, then you realize this is why I did it. This is why I invested in myself. This is why it's so amazing. This is why I'm in love with traditional technical analysis. Okay. Old Jeffrey, man. You out there? Jeffrey, they took it all back, didn't they? It was like you were playing roulette yesterday and you were playing roulette today. One time you won and the second time you lost. It was up 7% yesterday. It's down 7.5% today. And $18, man. That's what I'm saying. You're buying the Luna rug pull fractal. All right, so you're hanging on, but once you break, if you do break this $15, just know where you're going if it doesn't hold. Lord. What was it? Bites central banks. Okay. Central banks buy record amount of gold in Q3, and large chunks are from unknown buyers. Mean anything? Yes, it means something. It means like they're hedging, man. One thing, if things go out of control, they got the store value that everyone knows, everyone will believe is a store value if bad stuff happens, right? So they know. Yeah, so that definitely means something. Unknown central banks. They're known. They're out there, dude. Okay. They're preparing for you eating the bugs. And they're also preparing for you liking them. Liking the way they taste, the chitin in the bug that will cause all kinds of health problems. Imagine, like, you know, people being like, dude, people around the world eat bugs all the time, man. They've been doing it forever. And it's like, yeah, you know why? Because those are really, really impoverished countries that don't have cattle or produce, wheat, right? They don't have it. So they gotta eat the bugs. They have to eat the bugs. There's no argument in saying other cultures eat bugs and they're delicacies. It doesn't matter, dude. That's not an argument. That's stupid. They're delicacies because they have to be, because like that's all they got in those areas. We're not going to eat the bugs, dude. Traditional technical analysis will protect us and prevent us from eating the bugs. All right. If we apply risk management, buying at inflection points, as soon as one buys, they always set up a stop loss to protect themselves. Always. That's step one, buy or short. Step two, always stop loss. Always stop loss. No argument either. Don't even give me anything. It's one buy, short, then stop loss. Only. Always. Okay, so speaking of bugs, let's go to some corn futures. Corn futures up sloping flag, bearish divergence, but not really rolling over yet. Still below the 200-day moving average, skating along it as resistance. Wild. The way it looks, you'd think maybe down next, but it's not going down yet. 666 is your inflection point, your cutoff. Just a few times in history it's been resistance, back in 2011. So I mean, a gap fill happens here. Okay. It's just, you know, normally up sloping flags like exhaustion flag, like, right. A down sloping flag is like, hey, market participants are able to reacquire at a more valuable area. But up sloping flags are like, no buyers on the sidelines. No one out there is able to buy at a more valuable level than where it's been at. So that's why a lot of times up sloping flags will dump, right? So, and if you have bearish divergence just hanging out there, it may break to the upside on this one, sure. But like, this is just one more. Okay, let's move on. All right, let's move on to Rice futures. What happened, dude? What happened to Rice? It was beautiful, right? It was brilliant. But you know what it reminds me of? You know what it reminds me of? Energy or oil stocks, individual oil stocks. They did the same type of harmonics, type 2 returns, bearish divergence. They dumped perfectly. And then somewhere along the line, the pump came in, Z pump came in. And now Rice is right back near the completion of the harmonic zone. $18. So, this is the whole thing. It's like, dude, you ready for inflation to continue? You ready for food prices to continue? It's not good. You wanted this thing to roll over for the sake of everybody, not just in the West or the East. I'm talking like impoverished countries, poor countries. Yeah, commodities doing this. It's just not good, man. Not good. We needed them to collapse. They all collapsed in 2008. You get here's the divergence, okay? Cycles were ending on all major commodities in 2008 when the stock market was beginning to crash and all that. They all dumped together, right? Even gold did too. Silver, they all did it. Guess what's happening right now? Market's been in a bear market for like going on a year now, right? Or at least like 8-9 months. And commodity prices are relentless. They will not falter. They continue to just pivot, defending 200-day moving average. And in 2 days, right? Look at rice. Let me measure this. In a 3-day, let's say 3-day period, rice futures up 9%. There had to have been some sort of news-driven catalyst, just like orange juice. Remember orange juice futures, lowest yield since 1949. Could somebody get me the news? 55 more likes till 420 likes, I think. If you don't, come on, dude. 420 likes. Elon.
Hey Mitch, I like bugs. Happy cat face. Why do you hate bugs? King of Power is awesome, by the way. Happy cat face. Hey Mitch, where do you see energy sector is going?
Thank you, Bugs, for the 3s. Bugs finally have the power to type now and have computers and the internet and can understand the human language, English language. Wow, that's crazy, dude. King of Power? Oh, you mean Ring of Power? Dude, Bugs. Coming from a bug, like if you're talking about Rings of Power, I know you're a bug, right? Only a bug would like that show. Only a bug. No one that likes high quality cinema would ever enjoy that monstrosity that was created. And I'm not even talking about the lore, Tolkien. It was terrible show running, terrible writing, terrible casting, terrible acting, terrible cinematography. It was terrible everything. So, whatever, man. Rings of Power, the worst thing in human history ever created in terms of like on a screen. And it was $1 billion flop. Anyway, that wasn't even a request, dude. You just asked about the energy sector, where I think it's going. Where has it been going? The trend's your friend till it's not. All these harmonics, right? Energy, dude. ExxonMobil showed this bearish harmonic, played out. It dropped 15% in 2 weeks. But then guess what? After 15% drawdown, something like this, moon gone, all-time highs, like every day. Well, I would say it. You say, is this why Amazon stock's down? I'd like to believe so. Yep. The Tolkien sends his regards. Get wrecked, Bezos, you effing scrub. Desecration, dude. It really is desecration. Okay, so and by the way, when Amazon missed earnings and was down 20% at one time last week, you understand it was the largest post-market market cap loss in stock market history. So I don't know if you knew that, but that was crazy. And it's like, just happens to be as Rings of Power concludes. Perfect. Free market, baby, in ways. Kind of, right? Free market in ways, yeah. Okay, so whatever. Soybeans, all right, dude. Once you break, this is what's happening, man. The mega correction on food commodities could be coming to a close. Not on all of them, but what we just saw on rice, and now what I think we're seeing on soybeans showing reaccumulation. Now just testing a major level. If it breaks it, the upside potential on soybean futures is 9 to 14% upside. Uh-oh. Sorry, man. You're going to eat the bugs. Wheat futures, Starting to rally here. Dude, if you ever break 919, sky's the limit. Above 919. I don't know, it's a zone, man. So 950, 919, above 950 is up, down. Up, down, up, down. That's it. So wheat only making higher lows, even if just barely or the same lows, it doesn't matter. The trend is still your friend, and it's just crazy, man. Let's look at, the one that didn't even give a crap about anything because it was so powerful. Live cattle futures, steak. Filling a gap, working on filling a gap. But hey, a small, for now, small reaction occurring at the 1.618. You gotta love it. And in before just fills the gap and just goes to $170, of course, right? But like, it's just cool to see a complex wave structure complete and a miniature reaction for now. And again, it hasn't done enough to really know if it's actually real or not. What do you mean if? They are, DXY guy. They are. As we look at live cattle futures at its highest price in 7 years.
Again, we know what happens next.
Tell us what happens next. Oh, they're going to list cricket futures, right? We had this one, then you had hog futures. Hog futures is kind of one of the most tame ones, right? That it was beautiful, it was perfect, it was the Jesus, and it's just making lower highs, lower lows, and it's below an inflection point that could take you to $77 to $79. And I think the A point, is good aggressive target. This is great performance. It's not doing soybeans. It's not pulling a rice futures, not pulling an orange juice futures, not pulling a steak futures, live cattle futures. Orange juice. Oh yeah. Oh my God, dude. Look, 202.75 breached it. What's 202.75? Let us just go back to yesteryear so you can see it. The high from July or August 2011. You're above it. You closed the day above it. Above this level. I know there are fib extensions, but historic price action tells us 227. But yeah, the next target would be a 1618, at least for possibly a reaction. $220. But then you're at 220, might as well go to 227, right? So there you go. It's the bearish divergence, by the way. Not performing at all. You got to wonder, is Doge going to do the same thing with some bearish divergence on the 4 hour? Or anything else that's just bullish right now? Good God, man. Just orange juice and then coffee futures. Hit an inflection point, man. I don't know what you want from me. Like, it hit this level.
You want to sleep on those country nights, we are secretly using ASMR to convince you not to eat us.
Is that a joint?
Wow, man. That was a joint, wasn't it? Ring of crickets. Joke's on you, because I use thunderstorms with my surround sound in my bedroom to fall to sleep to, not crickets. So, All right, so that coffee at inflection point zone, it's above it, it held, and it could react and rally, and that's fine. But the damage is done. Let's go. We've been waiting our entire lives for this finally to play out. Cotton futures up 4.2%. Let's go, dude. 4.17. Nice engulfing candle. And I never know, man. This thing's destroyed. Ah, is that what it tested? Tested this high from January 2020. Okay. Whatever. You could rally to $92. Cool. Definitely showing some bullish divergence on the oscillators for sure. Yeah. I was thinking 65, but hey man, what about that peak? The peak's there. It's not very strong. That's about it. There's nothing really else. Is there? Lines up with it? Yeah, there is. Look at 1995, 96, 97. Yeah, one time in 1987, cotton futures. Dang, man, you got this little zone, this 1978 level. Get out of here. Good God. All right, so you're holding a 1978 inflection point as of today on cotton. Wow. Cool story, bro. Oh, we didn't look at gasoline futures lately. Let's look at it. RB. Gasoline futures is interesting, isn't it? It's like, oh, we pumped and we gapped down, but we're still above 248. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It's gasoline Oh, no, chat. Look what gasoline futures doing. Well, we sprung. Well, first off, we fell below the inflection point. I just showed you the massive one at 250. Okay, but look what happened. You broke back above it. And now you're successfully back testing it as support now, right? So spring, back test of springs, bullish engulfing candle, and a gap that's open at 290. That's probably your target here. If oil keeps going up, you could imagine maybe... Look, dude, this is a long extended uptrend. Look what's happening. I mean, this is a massive M shape, 786, isn't it? Yep, 786. That's a cipher of sorts. Now, of course, it could always turn into a shark eventually, but here's your gasoline, Larry. Your gasoline reacting at a 786. Sorry, my contacts are like getting there, you know, getting about that time where it's time to replace them. But okay, you're not in a downtrend, not in a long term. You're in a long-term uptrend. So you just got to wonder how well this is going to perform, how reliable it's going to be. Logo on the 8s, man. You're right. Time flies when you're reading charts. It's Hud Margaret, man. Hud Margaret, man. No, that guy. We hung out at the Bellagio, man. We was the high rollers. We were walking around looking at all the zombies on the slot machines, penny slots. It's fun times. Okay, I think we're good, man. We covered a lot of stuff today. Like, how many charts to look at, right? And try to emphasize some education within it, right? So I'll just leave you with that. I really appreciate everyone coming out. Thanks for likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Be sure to join the Patreon. Remember, 100% crowdsource stream, first of the month. So it's the single best day to join the Patreon, where you get trade setups, education, access to the premium Discord, and me. You get access to all my charts that I'm posting normally, most of the time daily. Yeah, so there's value there, but also single-handedly above all that, it is supporting the team and me, right? What we do, because we don't monetize via advertising or anything like that. So, all right, it could just be the beginning, man. Let me leave you with this: your zen, your zest, your moment of zest. Could we be, Larry? Could we be in a similar situation to what we saw? Really, it just depends on how you anchor from the C point, breaking it like that. Are we in the same situation, man? Very, very close here. All right. Where we would be, legit, would be right here. This is where we would be if it was the exact same. If it played out the same way, we'd be right here. After the initial impulse and the breakout, right? You'd be right here. And this lasted, like a week, a little over a week. But just think about the time, the amount of time it took between that first impulse to really start accelerating. It took 50 days, almost 2 months, man, before moon candle. And then we went, man. Those were some serious days of history for this channel and crypto. So that's where we could be. And even if we're not, as long as you're above 19,650, 19,891, we're good. We're cautiously optimistic. We're not bullish. We're cautiously optimistic, and everything's fine then. Everything's got a chance for massive rallies if we stay above this level long enough. I'm telling you. All right? So thanks for coming out. I'll be back. Until next time, Respect the TA.
Adios, turd nuggets.